Hi everybody, welcome back to the Speed Sport News Center. I'm Derek Pernesiglio. This past weekend was one of the biggest weekends in short track racing. For the past 54 years, the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park hosts the Sunoco World Series. Hundreds of race cars show up from all over the country. 17 different divisions of racing and 7 series were going to decide their champion. Let's take a look at some of the open wheel highlights from this past weekend. The kids from the Little T quarter midgets ran first before the big cars hit the track. Braden Egan started on the pole with Adam Harrison making up the front row. Egan broke out to an early lead, but the story was 9-year-old Michael Pernesiglio in the 7NY. After starting dead last, he worked his way past the number 24 of Christian Gorman for 5th, then a few laps later, past Adam Harrison for 2nd. Pernesiglio would run out of time as the 59 of Braden Egan led wire to wire for his first Sunoco World Series win. Pernesiglio ended up 2nd with Adam Harrison 3rd. The full-size NEMA Lights took to the track next for their 25-lap main event around the high-banked 5/8 mile oval. With less than a lap in the books, things got tense as Paul Scally in the 30 and the number 35 of Randy Cabral came together, shooting Cabral up the track and into the path of Ryan Locke in the 38. Locke jumped a wheel and hit the wall on the fly. The young teenager was able to walk away sore, but without injury. When racing resumed, a 3-wide split for the lead down the front stretch resulted in the number 84 of Joey Cipriano taking the lead by diving to the bottom of Meg Pugini in the 41 and Ben Mkhitaryan in the 9. All eyes were following P.J. Sturgis in the number 57, moving up from his 11th starting spot. Sturgis caught and passed Cipriano on lap 12 and never relinquished the lead. Jim Chambers in the 12 was able to work past Todd Bertrand in the 45 for 3rd, but it was all for naught as P.J. Sturgis went on to win his 4th NEMA Light race of the season. Chambers finished 2nd, while Joey Cipriano was 3rd.
Really cool to win a World Series here at Thompson. I grew up at racing quarter midgets over at Little T, so came up a little short, 2nd place at the Icebreaker, so thrilled to finally get that win here at Thompson.
The high-speed ISMA Supermodifieds were up next for their 50-lap event that saw Mike McVetta in the number 22 and Dan Bowes in the 25 leading the field to green. Bowes would take the lead early, but the race was for the championship. Mike Lichty in the number 84 came into Thompson with a slight lead over defending champion Dave Schulich Jr. in the 95. After starting 6th, Schulich worked past McVetta in the 22 for 2nd, then drag raced Dan Bowes down the front straightaway, eventually going to the lead in turn 1. The longer the race ran, the worse Bowes' car performed as he was passed by Mike Ordway Jr. for 2nd, then by Ben Seitz in the number 17 around the outside for 3rd. Seitz would also see his 3rd place run disappear when the 78 of Mark Samet drove underneath him in the late stages of the race. Dave Schulich Jr. in the 95 cruised uncontested all the way to the checkered flag to win the race and the championship for the 2nd straight year. He was followed across the line by Mike Ordway Jr. and Mark Samet. The wildly popular Sunoco Modifieds took to the track next for their 30-lap main event. The number 71 of Matt Gallo led the field to the green, but it wouldn't last long as NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour driver Rowan Pennick in the number 16 took the lead from Gallo with a big dive going into turn 1. A lot of people were watching NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Ryan Preece in the number 31. He flew in that morning from racing the previous night at the Kansas Speedway. Preece started dead last and methodically worked his way through the field. Preece eventually made it up to the 2nd spot with an outside move on Ronnie Williams in the number 59. Then it became a spirited battle for the top spot between Preece in the 31 and leader Rowan Pennick. Preece first tried the high line to make the pass, but to no avail. Then he started working the bottom line with Pennick in the 16 fighting back up top. The move for the win came on the final lap. As the white flag waved, Pennick and Preece went door to door into turn 1. A little wheel rubbing upset Pennick's car enough for Preece to slip by to win the race coming from last starting spot.
Both him and I, we started to struggle for side bite there getting into the center, so I just started moving down, and we kept working him over, and then that last lap we both sent it in hard, and we raced hard. So
if you've never been to the Sunoco World Series at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, you have to check it out. 3 straight days of racing. It is a spectacle to behold. We're waving the checkered flag on this edition of the Speed Sport News Center. I want to thank all of you for joining us. I'm Pernesiglio. We'll see you next time.
82 years ago, Speed Sport was born out of the marriage of dirt short tracks and the race fans that passionately cheered their favorite daredevil. While motorsports has changed over the years, our commitment to supporting short track racing has not. Whether it's on dirt or pavement, we're always looking for a good race. And once we find it, we can't wait to tell its story. From those of us at Speed Sport and speedsport.com, we thank you for your support and look forward to serving you for another 82 years.